In the stormy sea of life, do you feel like you're constantly battling waves of stress, anxiety, and uncertainty? Work pressures mount, personal conflicts arise, and unexpected challenges appear at every turn. But what if I told you that there's a way to remain unshaken, calm, and serene, no matter the chaos surrounding you? Imagine achieving a state of unbreakable tranquility, an inner fortress that no external storm can penetrate. This isn't a fantasy or an unattainable ideal. It's a philosophy that has stood the test of time, Stoicism. This ancient school of thought teaches us how to master our emotions, reactions, and perspectives to live a fulfilled and peaceful life. Today, we'll explore 8 powerful principles that will transform how you navigate the inevitable ups and downs of existence. These are not abstract ideas. They're practical tools you can apply daily. As we delve deeper into this journey, I invite you to reflect. What would your life look like if external events lost their grip on your inner peace? Stay with me until the end, where we'll uncover the most profound truth of all, a revelation that could shift your entire outlook on life. Let's begin. 1. The power of guarding your mind. What is the most valuable possession you own? Is it your home, your car, or perhaps your savings? Stoicism teaches us that the most precious thing we possess is our mind. It is within our control, yet too often we leave it unguarded, allowing external events and other people's opinions to dictate our emotions and actions. Have you ever reacted impulsively to a comment or criticism, only to regret it later? This is the consequence of an unguarded mind. But what if you could train your mind to remain calm and composed, regardless of external provocations? The key lies in mastering your thoughts and perceptions. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Every situation we encounter is filtered through our perspective. When someone insults us, is it their words that harm us, or our interpretation of their intent? The answer is clear. We assign meaning to events. This realization is empowering because it means we can choose how to respond. Start small. When faced with an irritant, a rude comment, a delay, or even a negative thought, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Each time you resist the urge to react impulsively, you build a mental muscle, strengthening your ability to guard your mind. Over time, this practice creates an unshakable calm. But guarding your mind goes beyond controlling immediate reactions. It also involves setting boundaries. Just as you wouldn't allow garbage to clutter your home, why let toxic thoughts or harmful media pollute your mental space? What kind of content are you consuming daily? Is it enriching your mind or eroding your inner peace? Another powerful practice is mindfulness. By cultivating present moment awareness, you create a gap between stimulus and response. In that gap lies your freedom, the power to choose a response aligned with your values and long-term goals. How often do you pause to reflect on your thoughts? Mindfulness trains your mind to observe without judgment, making it easier to maintain composure in challenging situations. In a world filled with noise and distraction, the ability to guard your mind is more critical than ever. Remember, your peace of mind is your responsibility. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. With your mind fortified, let's turn to another essential pillar of Stoicism, resilience through adversity. In this next section, we'll uncover how challenges, far from being obstacles, can become the very stepping stones to your growth. Stay with me. Stay. 2. Cultivating resilience through adversity. Adversity is inevitable. Life will present you with challenges, some small and some seemingly insurmountable. The question is not whether difficulties will arise, but how you will respond when they do. Will you allow these trials to overwhelm you, or will you rise above them, using each one as a stepping stone to build your inner strength? Stoicism offers a profound perspective on adversity. It is not an enemy, but an ally. Epictetus reminds us, difficulties show a person's character, and the greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Have you ever faced a moment of crisis and emerged stronger, wiser, more resilient? These moments reveal our true nature and provide opportunities for growth. Think of adversity as a forge. Just as fire tempers steel, challenges temper your character. Each setback, each obstacle is a chance to practice courage, patience, and perseverance. What if, instead of dreading difficulties, you began to welcome them as opportunities to grow stronger? But how do you cultivate this resilience? Start by shifting your perspective. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this situation help me grow? This mindset transforms adversity from something to fear into something to embrace. Consider the story of a young athlete training for a marathon. Each day brings new pain and exhaustion, yet with every mile, their endurance grows. Life's challenges are much the same. The more you confront them, the more resilient you become. Do you see how the trials you once thought insurmountable now seem like minor inconveniences in retrospect? Resilience also requires preparation. Stoicism teaches the practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. By mentally rehearsing potential difficulties, you can prepare yourself to face them with calm and composure. For instance, before a crucial meeting or difficult conversation, envision the possible challenges and consider how you will respond. This practice reduces the power of surprise and helps you stay grounded when adversity strikes. Lastly, remember that resilience is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about acknowledging them without letting them control you. When you feel fear, anger, or sadness, allow yourself to experience these emotions, but don't let them dictate your actions. With practice, you'll find that even the most challenging circumstances cannot shake your inner peace. Now that we've explored resilience, let's turn to the next cornerstone of Stoic philosophy: living in harmony with nature. This principle will help you align your life with your true purpose and the natural order of the world. Let's dive in. 3. Living according to nature. What does it mean to live in harmony with nature? For the Stoics, this principle is not simply about coexisting with the natural world, but aligning with the very essence of our being. To live according to nature is to act in accordance with our rational mind, embrace our place in the grand order of the universe, and cultivate virtues that lead to a flourishing life. But how can we achieve this in a world filled with distractions and competing demands? First, consider your own nature. Stoicism teaches that we are rational and social beings. What does this mean for you? It means that your life is most fulfilling when your actions align with your reason and contribute to the well-being of others. Yet how often do we act against our better judgment, pursuing fleeting pleasures or succumbing to anger? These moments arise because we lose sight of our true nature. Take a moment to reflect. Are my actions guided by reason and virtue? Living according to nature requires this constant introspection. It calls for honesty in assessing whether our daily choices align with our highest values. Are you living in a way that reflects wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, the 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism? These virtues act as a compass, guiding us toward ethical and balanced living. But living in harmony with nature goes beyond personal virtue. It involves embracing the natural cycles of life. Just as seasons change, so too do our circumstances. There will be times of abundance and times of loss, moments of joy and moments of sorrow. Why resist these changes when they are inevitable? By accepting life's ebb and flow, we find peace in the face of uncertainty. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe how all things are either changing into something else or dissolving into their elements." Have you ever found yourself clinging to a phase of life that has passed, wishing things could remain as they were? This resistance only breeds suffering. Instead, ask yourself, how can I adapt and grow in the face of change? Acceptance of life's natural rhythms allows us to navigate transitions with grace and resilience. Another essential aspect of living according to nature is recognizing our interconnectedness. No one exists in isolation. We are all part of a larger whole. How often do you consider the impact of your actions on others? By cultivating empathy and contributing to the well-being of your community, you fulfill your social nature. This connection brings a profound sense of purpose and belonging. Finally, living according to nature invites us to embrace simplicity. In a world that often glorifies excess, Stoicism teaches us to strip away what is unnecessary and focus on what truly matters. What are the things that bring genuine fulfillment to your life? Is it material wealth or the relationships and principles that align with your true self? By prioritizing the essentials, you create space for inner peace and contentment. Living according to nature is not about retreating from the world, but engaging with it authentically and wisely. With this alignment, we move to a vital component of Stoic practice, anchoring your life in a firm purpose. In the next section, we'll explore how a clear sense of direction can guide you through life's most turbulent seas. Stay with me. 4. The anchor of a firm purpose. Imagine standing on the deck of a ship, drifting aimlessly across a vast ocean. Without a clear destination, every wave and gust of wind seems to dictate your course. This is what life feels like without a firm purpose. Directionless, reactive, and vulnerable to external forces. But with a clear and unwavering sense of purpose, you gain a compass that guides you through even the stormiest seas. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living with purpose. Epictetus declared, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Purpose is not something you passively discover. It's something you actively craft through deliberate reflection on what truly matters. Have you ever taken the time to ask yourself, what do I stand for? What principles and values will guide my life? A firm purpose is more than a list of goals. It's a deeper commitment to live according to your values and strive toward meaningful aspirations. Purpose acts as both an anchor and a beacon. It grounds you in times of chaos and uncertainty, and it lights the way forward when the path seems unclear. When you know your purpose, even the greatest challenges become manageable, transforming from insurmountable obstacles into steps toward growth. How do you identify your purpose? Begin by reflecting on the following questions. What are the values that resonate deeply with me? What kind of person do I want to become? What impact do I want to have on the world around me? This process requires honesty and courage. You must look beyond superficial desires and fleeting pleasures to uncover what truly drives you. Once you've identified your purpose, it's crucial to protect and nurture it. Life will inevitably test your resolve. You'll face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But these challenges are not reasons to abandon your path. They are opportunities to strengthen your commitment. Remember, perseverance is a core virtue in Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about a time when you faced a significant challenge. How did it shape your character? Did it push you to reaffirm your goals or adjust your approach? Every setback, when viewed through the lens of purpose, becomes a valuable lesson. It sharpens your focus and deepens your resolve. With each trial, you grow more aligned with your purpose. But a firm purpose is not a rigid blueprint. It's a dynamic guiding principle. As you evolve, so too may your understanding of your purpose. This is why regular reflection is essential. Take time to revisit your purpose, ensuring it continues to reflect your values and aspirations. Write it down, refine it, and let it become an integral part of your daily life. Living with purpose also requires action. It's not enough to know your purpose. You must embody it through your choices and behavior. Each day presents an opportunity to take steps, however small, toward fulfilling your purpose. Are your daily actions aligned with your long-term goals? Are you making decisions that reflect your values? By consistently aligning your actions with your purpose, you build a life of integrity and meaning. A firm purpose provides stability in a turbulent world. When you are anchored in your purpose, external events lose their power to disrupt your inner peace. You become resilient, focused, and confident in your path. As we move forward, we'll explore how emotional control enhances this resilience, enabling you to face life's challenges with composure and clarity. Let's continue this journey together. 5. Practicing emotional control. Emotions are powerful forces. They can uplift us, drive us to action, and bring color to our lives. But they can also cloud our judgment, lead us astray, and disrupt our inner peace. How often have you acted out of anger, fear, or anxiety, only to regret it later? Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in mastering our emotions, not suppressing them, and responding to life with clarity and purpose. Epictetus wisely observed, "It is not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about those events." Consider this: when something happens, it is not the event that causes your emotional reaction, but your interpretation of it. If someone criticizes you, do their words have power on their own? Or is it your perception of their intent and your attachment to their opinion that fuels your reaction? This realization is liberating. It places the power squarely in your hands. You cannot control what others do or what life throws your way, but you can control how you respond. Emotional control begins with awareness. When emotions arise, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Is my reaction helping or harming me? One of the most practical tools in Stoicism for managing emotions is cognitive reframing. This involves consciously shifting your perspective to view the situation in a more constructive light. For instance, if you fail at a task, instead of labeling yourself a failure, you could see it as a valuable learning opportunity. What lessons can be drawn from the experience? How can you improve moving forward? But how do we cultivate this habit of emotional control in the heat of the moment? The answer lies in practicing restraint and mindfulness. When you feel the surge of anger or fear, take a deep breath. Create a gap between the stimulus and your response. This moment of pause is your greatest ally. In it, you can choose a reaction that aligns with your values rather than being driven by impulsive emotion. Consider the example of a heated argument. The immediate reaction might be to raise your voice or lash out in frustration. But what if you paused and asked, will this response bring about the outcome I desire? More often than not, a calm and measured approach will serve you better, preserving both your peace and your relationships. Mindfulness and meditation are invaluable practices for honing this skill. By regularly observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you train your mind to respond rather than react. These practices help you develop a deeper understanding of your emotional patterns, making it easier to navigate them with wisdom and composure. Emotional control also involves setting realistic expectations. Much of our frustration and disappointment stems from expecting life and people to behave in a certain way. Stoicism reminds us that many things are beyond our control. Why waste energy lamenting what cannot be changed? Instead, focus on what you can influence: your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Another key aspect of emotional mastery is learning to delay gratification. In our fast-paced world, we're often tempted by immediate rewards, whether it's indulging in comfort or avoiding discomfort. But true growth comes from exercising patience and discipline. Can you resist the urge for instant relief to pursue a more meaningful, long-term goal? Finally, remember that emotional control is a practice, not a destination. You will have moments of weakness, and that's okay. Each time you falter, reflect on the experience and use it as a stepping stone for growth. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. As you strengthen your emotional control, you'll find that external circumstances lose their grip on your peace of mind. This prepares us for the next pillar of Stoicism, the transformative power of acceptance. Let's explore how embracing reality as it is can lead to profound freedom and peace. 6. The strength of acceptance. Life is unpredictable. Circumstances change, people leave, and plans fall apart. How do you respond when life doesn't go your way? Do you resist, wishing things were different, or do you accept reality and focus on what you can control? Acceptance, as taught by Stoicism, is not about passivity or resignation. It's about embracing reality as it is, finding peace in the present moment, and using that foundation to take effective action. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's great minds, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This profound truth invites us to reflect. How much of our suffering comes from our resistance to reality? When we refuse to accept what is, we waste energy on battles we cannot win. But by practicing acceptance, we free ourselves from this futile struggle. Acceptance begins with acknowledging that certain aspects of life are beyond our control. You cannot change the weather, the past, or the behavior of others. What you can change is your perspective. Consider a situation where you faced loss or disappointment. How much time and energy did you spend wishing things were different? Did this resistance bring you peace, or did it deepen your suffering? By accepting reality, you shift your focus from "why did this happen?" to "what can I do next?" This is a transformative mindset. Imagine losing a job, a difficult and stressful experience. You could dwell on the unfairness of the situation, but would that change the outcome? Acceptance allows you to move forward. Instead of resisting the loss, you could channel your energy into updating your resume, networking, or exploring new opportunities. Acceptance doesn't eliminate pain, but it prevents suffering from taking root. Gratitude plays a crucial role in cultivating acceptance. When life challenges you, take a moment to reflect on what remains. What do you still have to be thankful for? Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, reminding you that even in difficult times, there are things to appreciate. What if you made it a daily practice to identify 3 things you're grateful for? How might this simple habit transform your perspective? Let's also address a common misconception. Acceptance is not about giving up or lowering your standards. It's about recognizing reality and working within it. Stoicism teaches us to strive for excellence while remaining unattached to specific outcomes. This balance allows you to pursue your goals with vigor while maintaining peace of mind, regardless of the results. Can you imagine a life where success or failure no longer dictates your happiness? Acceptance also helps us let go of perfectionism. Many of us strive for flawless performance in every aspect of life, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal achievements. But perfection is an illusion. The relentless pursuit of it leads to stress, burnout, and disappointment. What if, instead of chasing perfection, you focused on progress? By embracing imperfection, you allow yourself to grow, learn, and experience life more fully. Finally, acceptance extends to our relationships. How often do we impose expectations on others only to be frustrated when they don't meet them? Acceptance invites us to see people as they are, not as we wish them to be. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but it does mean practicing empathy and understanding. What if, instead of trying to change others, you focused on improving how you respond to them? The journey of acceptance is a lifelong practice. Each moment offers a new opportunity to let go of resistance and embrace reality. As you cultivate this strength, you'll find a profound sense of peace and resilience. Next, we'll explore how Stoicism equips us to handle criticism and offense with grace, turning potential sources of conflict into opportunities for growth. Stay with me. 7. Facing criticism and offense with grace. Criticism and offense are inevitable in life. Whether it comes from a colleague, a friend, or even a stranger, someone's words or actions will, at some point, strike a nerve. How do you respond? Do you lash out, internalize the hurt, or perhaps seek validation from others? Stoicism offers a different path, facing criticism and offense with grace and composure, turning these moments into opportunities for growth. Epictetus reminds us, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned only these.'" This humorous yet profound advice shifts our focus from defensiveness to humility. Can you imagine a life where criticism no longer stings, where you can take feedback, whether fair or not, with calm and openness? The first step in handling criticism is self-awareness. Ask yourself, why do these words affect me? Often, criticism hurts because it touches on an insecurity or a value we hold dear. Understanding your emotional triggers allows you to separate the criticism from your self-worth. Are you acting according to your principles? If so, why should the opinion of another shake your inner peace? Stoicism teaches that not all criticism is harmful. Some feedback, even when delivered harshly, contains valuable lessons. When someone criticizes you, pause and reflect. Is there truth in their words? If so, use it as an opportunity for improvement. If not, let it pass like the wind. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." How would your life change if you could embrace feedback as a tool for growth rather than a threat? But what about offense? Perhaps someone's words were intentionally hurtful. Stoicism urges us to consider the source. Ask yourself, what might this person be going through? Offense often stems from misunderstanding, frustration, or their own struggles. By practicing empathy, you can depersonalize the situation. Instead of reacting with anger, respond with understanding, or choose not to respond at all. As the Stoics teach, silence is often the most powerful reply. Imagine a scenario. A colleague criticizes your work publicly. Your instinct might be to defend yourself or retaliate. But what if you paused, acknowledged their perspective, and calmly provided your viewpoint? This not only diffuses tension, but also demonstrates your emotional intelligence. Have you ever tried responding to offense with patience and noticed how it disarms the other person? Practicing forgiveness is another cornerstone of handling offense gracefully. Carrying resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the offense. It means freeing yourself from the emotional burden. What if, instead of holding on to grudges, you chose to release them? How much lighter would your spirit feel? Lastly, it's important to set boundaries. While Stoicism teaches tolerance and empathy, it also emphasizes the importance of protecting your inner peace. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every critic deserves your time or energy. By discerning which criticisms warrant reflection and which should be ignored, you guard your mental space. Facing criticism and offense with grace is a practice, not a one-time achievement. Each encounter is an opportunity to grow stronger and more composed. As you master this, you'll find that external negativity loses its power to disturb your tranquility. Now, let's explore the vital role of community and support in fortifying your journey toward unshakable inner peace. Stay with me. 8. The role of community and support. No one is an island. Even the most resilient among us draw strength from others. In the Stoic view, we are inherently social beings, connected by a shared human experience. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, we are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth. But how often do we isolate ourselves in times of struggle, thinking we must bear the weight alone? Stoicism teaches us that community and support are essential to cultivating and sustaining inner peace. Have you ever experienced the quiet strength that comes from a simple conversation with a trusted friend or mentor? Sharing your thoughts, fears, and challenges can provide not only clarity, but also relief. In moments of vulnerability, others offer perspectives that you might overlook when trapped in your own mind. The Stoics understood that wisdom is not confined to solitary reflection, but is enriched through dialogue. Who in your life challenges and uplifts you? Are you leaning on them when needed? Community provides a mirror through which we see ourselves more clearly. Imagine discussing a personal setback with someone who has faced similar challenges. Their experience becomes a source of guidance, reminding you that you are not alone in your struggles. How often do we underestimate the power of shared experience? By engaging with others, you not only gain insight, but also offer your own wisdom, creating a cycle of mutual growth and support. But community is not merely about seeking help, it's about contributing as well. Stoicism encourages us to actively support those around us. When you help others navigate their challenges, you reinforce your own resilience and sense of purpose. Have you ever found that offering advice or assistance strengthens your own resolve? As Seneca observed, no one can live happily who has regard only for himself and transforms everything into a question of his own utility. It's important, however, to be selective about the company you keep. Not all relationships are conducive to growth. Stoicism advises us to seek out those who challenge us to be better, who embody the virtues we aspire to cultivate. Are your relationships nurturing your character, or are they sources of unnecessary conflict and distraction? Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who value wisdom, courage, and justice creates an environment where inner peace can flourish. In addition to personal connections, consider the broader community you engage with. This might include participation in groups that align with your values, such as volunteer organizations, professional networks, or even online communities focused on personal growth. How are you contributing to the well-being of the collective? By fostering connections in various aspects of life, you create a robust support system that bolsters your resilience. Community also provides accountability. When others know your values and goals, they can help you stay aligned with them. Have you ever shared a personal commitment with someone and found that their encouragement helped you follow through? This kind of accountability reinforces your purpose and keeps you on track during moments of doubt. Yet Stoic community is not about dependence, it's about interdependence. Recognizing that while you are responsible for your own inner peace, you are also part of a larger whole. How might your life change if you embraced this balance between self-reliance and mutual support? As we conclude this exploration of community, remember that the journey to inner peace is not one you must walk alone. By building meaningful connections and contributing to the well-being of others, you strengthen not only yourself, but also the fabric of the world around you. Now, as we reflect on all the principles we've discussed, consider how these pillars, guarding your mind, embracing resilience, living with purpose, and seeking support, form a foundation for unshakable tranquility. If you've found value in this journey, share your thoughts below. How has Stoicism helped you find peace amidst life's challenges? Let's continue to learn and grow together. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. If these principles resonated with you, I encourage you to take the next step. Implement them in your daily life. Reflect on what you've learned and share your insights in the comments below. Let's build a community of resilience and growth. If you found value in this content, like this video and subscribe for more Stoic teachings that can guide you toward a life of inner peace and fulfillment. Share this video with others who could benefit from its message, and together, let's spread the wisdom of Stoicism. Stay strong, stay grounded, and remember, the power to remain unshaken lies within you.